Wild animals aren't ours to imprison, gawk at, or touch, yet thousands of them are kept caged in barren, filthy enclosures at roadside attractions. They're separated from their families and friends, all for the sake of human entertainment. These days, in a world full of photos on social media showing people posing with, petting, holding, or riding animals, people are getting closer and closer to wildlife, and both humans and animals are becoming injured and dying as a result. Here are 5 wild animals who don't want to be touched by humans. Before watching the video, make sure you like the video, spread the knowledge by sharing it to your friends and families, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do it right away. Anyway, let's begin, shall we? Number 5. The tigers. Baby tigers used for cub petting encounters or photo ops at tourist traps are often ripped from their mothers shortly after birth. These cubs experience extreme stress, and some are even subjected to physical abuse. Once the tigers are no longer babies and become too large and dangerous to pose for pictures, they're typically shipped off to other roadside zoos and forgotten. Federal law allows for tiger cubs who are between 8 and 12 weeks old to be used in public displays and handled by streams of people. Because the window of profitability is so short, breeders constantly churn out babies so that they always have an inventory of cubs available. In the wild, tiger cubs stay with their protective and nurturing mothers for 2 years. Since 1990, more than 125 big cats and 20 humans have died in captivity-related incidents in the US. For everyone's safety, keep your hands away from tigers. Number 4. The bears. Across the country, hundreds of bears spend their lives confined to small concrete-floored enclosures or pits in roadside zoos. Some cubs are separated from their mothers as infants, so instead of being nurtured as nature intended, they spend their days being forced to participate in photo ops with tourists. Their lives are typically devoid of any comfort or opportunities to engage in natural behavior. Many bears locked up in roadside zoos are deprived of the proper veterinary care needed to treat the multitude of physical and mental problems that they can develop in these poor conditions. Cubs used for photo ops have been observed pacing, crying out, and chewing on cage bars, all signs of psychological distress. Cub petting programs at roadside zoos give humans a false sense of security around bears, and the consequences have repeatedly proven deadly. Never attempt to feed, approach, or pose for a photo near a bear. Number 3. The elephants. At sham sanctuaries around the world, young elephants are beaten into submission and then forced to let travelers ride on their backs. They're made to perform confusing and sometimes painful tricks, including walking on tightropes, balancing on 2 legs on a small drum, painting pictures, and dancing. But if tourists knew what elephants endured for their vacation photos, they would delete them, and the industry itself. Because public awareness of cruelty to captive elephants has increased, many attractions are trying to dupe tourists by adding words such as sanctuary, rescue center, refuge, or retirement facility to their name. But the abusive training methods and deprivation are the same. Fear, domination, and pain cause the elephants to follow the trainer's commands to let people ride, feed, touch, or bathe them. It isn't safe for humans to make direct contact with elephants. Getting too close to them can be deadly. According to reports, 8 people were fatally trampled by elephants in just 10 days in the Indian state of West Bengal in 2019. Number 2. The stingrays. Everything about a marine animal's life in a touch tank is artificial. These animals are unable to engage in natural behavior that's important for their well-being. They can't swim vast distances, migrate, socialize as they choose, or forage for food. The tanks often become inescapable death traps in which sensitive aquatic animals are unable to avoid continual onslaughts of groping hands that contaminate the water with bacteria. Within a month of SeaQuest's grand opening in Folsom, California, a stingray died. The animal was found dead in a touch tank by a visitor, not an employee, who noticed him or her lying lifeless, partially buried under sand. And at SeaQuest's Colorado location, at least 41 people were injured by animals in less than a year, including from shark bites and a stingray barb that became stuck in an individual's hand. Stingray's barbed tissue is commonly clipped every few months when the animals are used in touch tanks, which places them at risk for stress, infection, and greater injury. This practice also leads people to underestimate the risk involved in approaching stingrays in the sea who haven't been mutilated. Number 1. The dolphins. Dolphins that swim with dolphins attractions are forced to stay in claustrophobic swimming pools or polluted sea pens. Many develop painful conditions, such as stomach ulcers, or some die prematurely from the stressful conditions of captivity. Driven by greed, many facilities operate almost continuously, giving the animals little break from tourists. Many illnesses can be passed from dolphins to human visitors, including fungal and bacterial infections. People have also been bitten and sustained broken bones during their swimming sessions. Dolphins are highly intelligent, sensitive, and self-aware individuals. Young dolphins live in close-knit family units with dedicated mothers who may nurse their calves for up to 10 years. Marine parks lead people to believe that it's okay to touch dolphins, resulting in fatal consequences. An incident in which a mob of beachgoers pulled a baby dolphin from the ocean and passed the animal around for selfies, leading to his or her death, made international headlines in 2016. So, what do you think about these 5 wild animals who don't want to be touched by humans? Are there any other wild animals that haven't made it to the list? If yes, let us know in the comment section below. Want to watch more videos about such unusual things? Click the videos at the end. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, and as always everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.